XRP, it's happening or a fake out. Please read the disclaimer. Hello, beautiful people. Shalom, moneymakers. We're going to talk about XRP, about the crypto market, about Bitcoin, about all the latest and the greatest. We woke up this morning or even in from last night, and the crypto market was doing pretty good, actually having highest levels that it's seen in quite a while. Fear and greed index is at the highest that it's been in a while. Is this all a false flag, or are we about to break into the better part of a nice run up here for the crypto market? I'm going to give you in this video the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to talk about what could potentially happen here. Bad stuff and the ugly, right? We have a first domino potentially falling here, a crypto company going bankrupt. Is this from October 10th? Are we going to start seeing more and more headlines like this? We'll talk about that. So make sure to watch all the way to the end to get the full scope, right? I give it to you straight, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you want that kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And all I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile to send out those good vibes, right? We just came out of the bomb shelter. So we need some good vibes here. Smishity smash that like button. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. I know you guys can do it. I'm counting on you. Yes, you. And let's get into it. So currently, XRP is sitting at $1.48, up another 2.37%. We also had a run up before GMT time. So if we're looking at, let's say, yesterday afternoon, right, XRP is up about 6.5% on that time frame. If we look at XRP on the 4-hour chart, you can see that we haven't seen levels of this nature since about February 25th. Right, so it's been a long time since XRP has been even close to 1.5. Remember, both these spike ups that we had came off of good news, and then we had sell-offs, right? We had a sell-off here and a sell-off here. So we're not going to get too excited just yet, right? Again, Bitcoin had its highest level basically since February 5th, right? So Bitcoin was able to creep up to that level, and Ethereum breaking out real nicely again, also similar levels since February 3rd, right? So Ethereum and Bitcoin are looking really nice, really juicy right now. Solana similar to XRP price action. Cardano up 7% here. Not even, back to levels that it saw on February 26th. So that, for example, is been pushed down a little bit more. So now it's seeing a bigger comeback. You're seeing meme coins like Bonk and Pepe up again aggressively. Pengu up 7%. So there's a little bit of a wake up here. Remember, things that fall down with more velocity have higher probability to come back with higher velocity, right? So we're seeing that happen again, right? And XRP, it's doing okay. It's doing, better up than down, right? But it's not having the same kind of percentage movements than some of the others. Again, it hasn't fallen as much as the others. So it's kind of a yin and a yang thing right there. Like I said, fear and crypto greed index is at 23. So again, this is the highest that it's been, basically, let's actually go out 3 months. If we need to go all the way back to January 29th when it was 26. This is the highest level that's been in a long time. And this is coming off of a few things, right? It's coming off of Trump saying that multiple countries have agreed to form a coalition to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz. The move is aimed at securing global oil routes and rising tension in the region. So this is putting a lot of confidence in investors in the world that this whole oil situation might be less extreme than we thought, right? And if we go and we look here, oil is slightly above 100 right now. So if there was fear Friday night after Trump attacked that oil islands, all those fears are basically not here anymore, right? And futures are looking good. It's a very interesting week that we have ahead of us. But before we get to what's happening this week, I just want to remind you that this video is for educational purposes, for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. So if we go back to what's happening this week, of course, we have the markets reacting to the Karg Island, right? So far, it looks good. It looks okay. Let me check pre-market. Actually, I was in the bomb shelter, so I wasn't checking what was going on. Pre-market things are pretty green, right? Pre-market things are pretty green. So it's, we can look from here. Yes, of course. S&P 500 is up a little bit here in futures, right? You can see pre-market things are mostly in the green. Some are in the red, but for the most part, it's in the green. So we have, of course, that reaction. Then we have, of course, on Wednesday. So Wednesday is the big day. Tuesday, not so much, but we know that sometimes days that there's not so much going on. Trump knows this, and then he, does some big headlines. So again, maybe we don't want to open our mouths on that. February PPI data on Wednesday, and of course the Fed decision happening on Wednesday as well. It seems all the probabilities are telling us that a very, very high probability, 99.6%, that the Fed is going to keep interest rates where they are. And then the question is going to be, what is he going to say? We've seen this in the past. If he says bullish things, then the market will react one way. If he says bearish things, the market can react the other way. We're going to find out on Wednesday. Okay. This is interesting. Retail is all in on oil trading. So this could also be one of the reasons why just in the past few weeks, the price of XRP has been pretty stuck, right? Because a lot of retail has gone into oil trading, oil futures. And you can see here from the data, a big spike on oil trading. We had similar in 2020 when there was actually it tanked, right? But now we're seeing something similar here. Trailing 1 month retail purchase in pure play oil ETF surged to a record 211 million on Thursday. This exceeds May 2022 peak and 3 times the 2022 high. Retail purchase of the United States Oil Fund, USO, hit 32 million, the third largest daily purchase on record. So retail is loving this volatility. And again, when there's things that are a little bit more shiny, like when gold and silver were running, it hurts the crypto market because people get interested in that. And if crypto is not running, then they're going to what's running and what's interesting and what's short-term potential. But crypto has held pretty nicely. So now when we're seeing the pullback, again, crypto has held really nicely. Crypto just had a massive green week while gold, silver, and global stocks pulled back, right? So Ethereum just printed its first green candle over 7 weeks. So again, that's also significant. And more confident in the crypto market, more and more confident in the crypto market, the better, right? I know it's like a St. Patrick's Day, I think tomorrow. So maybe a lot of people are having some long weekends, going on vacation. I understood that it's also spring break, I think, right? For many children in the US right now. So maybe that's why there's less, viewage on YouTube. Maybe people are out traveling. So we'll see if retail interest in YouTube picks up a little bit. So I appreciate you that you're still here. I don't know what that means about you. I don't want to assume anything. It means you're watching me on the beach, maybe, right? Maybe. Hopefully you're in a beautiful beach and you're watching me on your phone. But most likely you're at home. Go out to some beach, right? I'm telling you. Well, if you have the opportunity, go out with the beach. There's this meme like I don't know if you have children, but there's a totally different experience going to the beach without kids. You go, it's fun, right? You don't need much stuff. And then you go with kids and you need like 200 kilos of stuff, right? So it's a total different experience. With kids, and you have to wash them, all the sand off of them, get them dressed. It's the whole experience. But we try to do it as much as we can in the summertime, and when there's no ballistic missiles flying at you right now. Now's not the time. So we'll see potentially what is going to happen here. And there was the Trump quote unquote, right, insider that had a 100% win rate open a 95 million short. He had nailed every single market move. I wonder if he got liquidated or what's going on. It was only a 3x, so low probability that he got liquidated there, but interesting that didn't play out. So just a reminder that even people that have very, very high success, sometimes they fall on their face and sometimes they are unsuccessful. Okay. So just remember that even if you're feeling a little bit down and your trades are going against you, everybody has this experience. Everybody has some trades that are not as expected. Okay. Now, this could be the first domino of hopefully not many. Crypto trading firm BlockFills, actually I had never heard of them, files for bankruptcy. Crypto trading and lending firm BlockFills has filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy after halting withdrawals and deposit amid financial trouble. The company reportedly has 50 million to 100 million in assets, but as much as 500 million in liabilities. And so we talked about the potential of companies, crypto companies coming out, filing for bankruptcy as a result of what happened in October 10th and the sell-off and not having enough reserves and not having enough assets. And we're seeing the first domino. Again, maybe this is the only domino, but also after the FTX collapse, we saw in the months following it, more companies coming out. It was more quick. But just yesterday, I think I said we hadn't seen a company come out, a crypto company file for bankruptcy in this bear market yet. And so we just saw our first one. Hopefully this is the last one, but there can always be a possibility. So again, we have to be careful because we could be entering a bull trap. Okay. We saw similar patterns in 2022. It was a midterm election year. We've heard Benjamin Cohen talk about this and the theory that March always has this kind of run up and then a sell off into the mid year. So again, the markets might heat up a little bit. We might get all excited and overextend ourselves. So I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. I'm trying to get out in front of this. That if we do have a nice run up here, great, amazing. But we're going, that there's a possibility that this is part of the midterm election kind of playbook, and we could see a potential pullback here. So know that that's happening. So we went from the good, the bad, and now let's get to the ugly. Right. So we have the Iran, U.S., Israel situation, right? That's going on. Well, there could be another one. Things are heating up between Taiwan and China. Hopefully nothing kicks off there, but Taiwan has reported large-scale presence of Chinese military aircraft near the island. Taiwan's military spotted all these things happening. Let's hope we don't have another conflict in the world. We don't need this. We don't need more uncertainty. We don't need more shenanigans. It's not good for the markets. And so I'm hoping that this is just, China standing on its hind legs here and not something that is going to kick off another conflict that could bring us to the brink of WW3. Let's hope that's not going on, right? And also not looking good is potential that we won't get the Clarity Act passed in time. You can see here Representative Paulina Luna saying this week Senate will learn all the bills will disappear in the House until they can get election integrity passed. And so this could be a situation where Clarity Act will get pushed back and because of politics, and this is not good. So ugly, right? Ugly things, ugly stuff going on, just what's the word? Politics, ugly politics, right? So we got the good, the bad, and the ugly. So ugly, more war, ugly politics, fighting, and the bad that we could potentially see a pullback here and bankruptcy, right? Oh, you could maybe put bankruptcy in ugly if you want. But again, things can, in the short term, be good, but we have to be careful. Again, you remember, the monkey on my back. Those of you that have been listening to me for a while, had the monkey on your back, were ready for October 10th. You were ready for pullback in January, you were ready for everything. And those who are playing it willy-nilly, then you're going to be nilly-willy. Don't forget to check out the links in the description down below. Drop a comment, 8 for infinity and beyond. Did you smash that like button, right? Extra credit to everybody that smashes the like button. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.